Yeah, I see them in ads and they let you just tap it and play it.
You can spend money, real money.
While some are more obvious than others, there are a lot of video games out there that involve some form of gambling. And now, the federal government wants to do something about it. It says those features aren't appropriate for kids and wants stricter classifications for video games that contain them, whether or not they involve any real money. Just like films and TV shows, video games are given a classification before we see them. They help give us an idea for what's appropriate for different age groups. So what sort of games could be impacted? For starters, anything containing these: loot boxes.
A loot box is something that contains prizes, but there's a chance that you might get a good prize or a bad prize.
It feels really good when you get the awesome stuff, but when you get like the really low rarity stuff, you feel like you've lost like so much things.
Loot boxes have been a bit of a controversial topic in recent years. Sometimes they're earned through gameplay, but a lot of the time they can be bought using real money.
$500 later.
And while some game developers like Fortnite have already started to phase out randomised loot boxes, there are still a whole heap of games that use them.
Oh, okay.
Loot boxes use a technique called intermittent rewarding, which basically means letting you win at random intervals. It's very common in gambling games and can make you want to play something for longer because you never quite know when you're going to get your next win. Oh, I won!
The games I play in, you have to play a lot to get those loot boxes, to get some experience, and if you play a lot, you get extra rewards.
Studies have found that gamers who buy loot boxes are up to 2 times more likely to gamble in real life. So the government wants any games that feature loot boxes to carry an M, or mature, rating, which means they're not appropriate for anyone under the age of 15. The other games the government wants to put stricter classifications on are these. They're called social casinos. They're free to play and you can't win real money from them. The government wants them to carry an 18+ rating, which would make them illegal for anyone underage to play them.
I've seen them in ads. Sometimes my mom thinks she can win when she downloaded those games.
They look and sound similar to pokie machines. Some are even made by the same companies that make pokies. And they say that only a really small percentage of kids are actually playing them anyway. But there are some studies that suggest that's not the case, and that between 12 and 25% of young people are playing social casino games.
We know that young people often change their age on social media platforms to gain access.
For a while now, there have been growing concerns about how easy it is for young people to access games that feature simulated gambling, because studies have shown they can lead to them doing the real thing as they get older. And the government says stricter classifications could go a long way towards helping that.
Research undertaken by my own department indicates that simulated gambling within games certainly does have a link between real-world online and other harms.
Kids can get really addicted to these games and then they'll just ask their parents to buy more things.
It can create a bad habit for when they grow up, and then when they grow up they'll lose even more money because they have the freedom to spend it.